Good morning, Rabbi Be'ez Hashem. Mincha is going to be 8:05. Please be on time. Today's learning is Zeirui Nishmat Emmanuel Ben Yeshua, sponsored by Emmanuel Babekov. Any further sponsorships, please contact Rabbi Babayev. Discussing the halachot of Amira Legoy, one of the things that is a good heter, something that is permissible to do, that would be technically asur for a Jew to do, is Pesik Reisha. What is this concept of Pesik Reisha? Pesik Reisha means where I do something and I intend to do something that is totally permitted, but as a result of that, something prohibited is going to for sure happen. For a Jew, that's not allowed in general. Because if you do something and you're doing it innocently, I just want to open, let's just take as an example, I want to open the oven. That's not technically asur to open the oven, but if there's going to be a light that turns on as a result of that, even though I'm not intending for the light to turn on, that's already a Pesik Reisha. That's you're causing something to be done that's not your intention. And so on and so forth. The refrigerator is the same story. The oven is exact same case. A car door could be that, let's say a car that's unlocked and you open the car door and then the lights start turning on. That's again, all of these are cases of Pesik Reisha. For a Jew, that would not be permitted to be done. However, to tell a goy to do something that is only going to be causing a melacha through the method of Pesik Reisha would be permitted. Meaning, in all of these cases, I want to go ahead and I want to take something out of the refrigerator, but the light's going to turn on. I know it's going to turn on. I'm allowed to tell the goy, can you take this out of the refrigerator? And even though the goy, by opening the door, is going to cause the light to turn on, that's called a Pesik Reisha. And Pesik Reisha by a goy is not prohibited. And the same thing would be for closing the door. The same thing would be for potentially a car door if the car is unlocked. If the car is locked, that would be a little bit different. If the car is unlocked, then he can just go ahead and open the door and take what's out, even though lights are going to turn on. All of those cases are allowed. Another example, very interesting, is turning on the hot water. Now, I'm assuming that I'm still in the old-fashioned, still exists, the tanks. There's tankless and there's tanks, but a tank boiler, if you turn on the hot water, you're not intending to cook or to heat up the water. The water is already hot in the tank. So for a Jew to turn on the hot water would be prohibited because cold water comes rushing into the hot water in the tank. And therefore it's asur for a Jew to turn on the hot water on Shabbat. However, to tell a goy, can you turn on the hot water? That would be mutar, because what's he intending? He's tending to take the hot water that's already cooked from the boiler and to use that. So therefore that would be permitted, to tell a goy to turn on. This is just parenthetically, that has to just do with washing hands and doing dishes. That has nothing to do with showers. Showers is a completely different topic that is worthy of its own discussion. But in terms of just washing hands, if you want to tell the goy to turn on the hot water, and it's a tank boiler, not the tankless one. The tank one is a completely different story. Then that would be permitted under the premise of it's a Pesik Reisha ali yedei goy is allowed. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.